Peace, this is King Noble Black Supremacy. And with this particular video, I want to say, quit trying to be Native American and African. Quit trying to be American. Quit trying to be anything. Quit trying. That's what I want to say in this video. Be a black supremacist. Be a black supremacist. And what do I mean by that? Manifest black greatness in your life. Know that you can achieve greatness and that you can use the example of black greatness wherever you have seen it, whether it is the UK, the Caribbean islands, India, China, Africa, South America. It doesn't matter. Use the black greatness as an example. But don't try to be African. Don't try to be a Native American in 2018. But accept no other than a demonstration of black greatness from yourself. A lot of times we want to say, you know, we're from Africa. We want to argue being Africans versus being Native Americans. Say we originated over here in America and we're not from Africa because we can't find any proof of a slave ship. And others want to argue that all civilization originated in Africa, regardless of whether we migrated over here. To me, it doesn't matter. Land does not define you. Land can go through cataclysmic changes, floods, droughts, natural disasters, hurricanes, severe weather. There may be a time for you to leave that land. But even if you leave the land, you'll never leave being the man. And too much emphasis is put on the land than put on the man. And that's a fact. Look at the volcano that's erupting in Hawaii right now. Let's just say that volcano just erupted and just destroyed Hawaii. And Hawaiians had their move to America. What's significant about that land for them? They still have to go on and being great and being the great people who created a divine culture in Hawaii. And they have to move on and create a divine culture somewhere else. Because land changes. Climate is not even stable. Political climate, ecological climate, social climate, climate is not even staying the same. Africa ain't even Africa no more. So just because you were born in that land or you originated in that land doesn't mean you're limited to that land. And unlocking your greatness of who you are right now requires you to more go inside of yourself than to go back to some land that just merely reflected your human and primitive survival. And you taking advantage of that situation and circumstance in order to thrive in that situation. But that doesn't define you, because you can survive in any and all types of situation. That you could leave Africa and establish a civilization or a colony somewhere else. You could use the same divine minds that established great culture and high culture in Africa and high civilization in Africa, and you can do it in anywhere in the world. Connect yourself to black greatness. Identify yourself with black greatness wherever it's at. And know that you are the embodiment of that greatness right now. And you don't have to use your ancestors as an excuse to demand what you deserve in this time in order to claim what you want and stand up for what you desire as a human being. You don't have to use your ancestors and their history and their legacy or their treaties or their religions or their cultures or their philosophies. You have the right as the embodiment of black greatness in this present moment to manifest your destiny, to self-determine your own destiny. In this present moment, you have the ability to do that. And sometimes we look far so back, or back so far, and we're just trying to be something else that we're not. We're trying to be what we was because we don't realize how divine we are. We want to justify and validate our existence based on the past. Land don't make you. Land is just what you pass through. It's what you move through. We've lived in Africa, but we are not Africans. We live in America, but we are not Americans. We are an opportunity for black greatness to manifest itself in this present moment. We're the possibility and the probability that greatness will reoccur, that a phenomenal event will happen right now. That's what we are. And either we're going to tap that, unlock that, and present that, or we're going to be locked in a time capsule, arguing over something that's not even relevant. Be a black supremacist. And a black supremacist can survive all types of environments and situations and will find the best in themselves, no matter the situation or the circumstance. They see the best in themselves right now, and they're putting the best in themselves forward. And they're determining their reality right now. Not based on history, just on the strength of right now. That's a fact. So why you arguing over us being African or us being Native American? You're wasting time, man. Let's be great right now. Let's be great and do this shit right now. Let's claim what's ours right now. Let's stand up as men right now, because I don't claim everything in Africa. I don't claim all the weaknesses and all the bullshit that's in Africa. I don't claim all the weakness or bullshit that's in America or the UK or the Caribbean islands. I don't claim any of that shit. I take from the greatness. I pull from the greatness. I can use that as a model and move it forward and apply it here and apply it where it's necessary and when it's necessary. But having to definitely say I'm an African and that having some value, it don't matter if you're African, if you're not a black supremacist. If you can't manifest black greatness right now, if you can't stand up for nothing right now, if you can't show and prove right now, if you can't show and prove right now, it doesn't matter what you say you are or what you think you are. It doesn't matter. If that was black greatness in us being Native Americans, I take that. It's black greatness in us being Africans, I take that. Hell, I'll take the greatness that we had even in being slaves. To survive that. I don't care. Wherever there's black greatness, there I am. I am that I am. What I am, I am. I'm not defined by no geographical landmass or anybody's ideology or religion or culture or social dynamic. I am that I am right now. And I stand on that. So I don't have to be no African. I don't have to be no American. But goddamn it, I better be great. And I better show up right now and make sure now is the time. And I better manifest black divinity. And I better show forth all that is great in blackness. And all that is great that can come forth from melanin. I better show that shit right now. I better be on that right now. And that's my concern. The rest of it, it's a waste of time. It's a paper cut from a book that's been read 1,000,000 times. But nothing that come from the individual that read the book. It's King Noble Black Supremacy. Signing out.